We're overdue for an update, one where my microphone actually works. So let's see where we are on the base. Same spot, same desk, same view. We managed to finish up the captain's quarters here a little bit. We're still behind on the lighting in here. And just to confirm so you can see it, there we are, light on. We are light off around the base. That's the best way to know how you're doing. Can your people see if they're not wearing their spacesuit? A little bit of a lounge area, table for, I think, 10? Yeah, 10. We did some squeezing around upstairs. Showers, bathrooms, lockers, and rack space. 12. Yeah, we can bring the entire crew from orbit in. And they all have a rack space, locker, some extra sofas. They've got a place to live. Most importantly, we've got the kitchen with food. Grab something here while we're running around. We've got our kitchen area. We've still got our Klein Cola machine, which apparently I'm out of funds in. We have to figure out what the deal is with that. And then let's go over to the factory. If you need it, in between. Restroom. Alright, here's the factory floor area. Again, we are, just to confirm it, we are lights off. So we still have our survival kit here. We have never made a medical room. Yeah, slackers that we are. Clean things up a little bit. Hey, look at that, a locker room. So we've done some cleanup. We've started to add a third room, which we need to finish that. And then as part of we're definitely going to lights on there. Here's where we've been doing our drilling with our collector, which I talked about last episode, but you missed it because the microphone was muted because that's how we are on this side of the base. And as we mentioned last episode, we picked up 2 victims of the war in space. That's right. They are also other homeless engineers. And they happen to know how to make this piston, which was incredibly helpful. We've got the farm going. Apparently, we're not doing that good with this. Climate here is high and warm. Water level's empty. How can the water level be empty? We had a freaking 1,000 pieces of ice in here. Clearly, we're not doing this right. We gotta figure out why. Last time I came through here, there was over 1,000 pieces of ice in this machine, and this is all the crops we had. So, are they sucking up water constantly, even if they're grown? We're gonna have to figure that out because we still need the food, and it does us no good if we have a space to grow it in. Okay. Are we blowing bad air through here? Yeah, we might have to move the door around if that's the case. Just to confirm, we still have the set. We have a full assembler, basic refinery. We can make the big one. We don't make it that much. And our O2H2 generator. This system is not connected to the greenhouse, to the farm. So any ice over there should have never come this way. Just check our power level real quick. Alright, Crawford lights. Alright, what's going on outside? We also do not have any CPUs up. We can build them, but we haven't. That would auto-close the doors for our next projects. That ore detector is still spinning and wastefully burning energy to only detect. Yeah, it's a nice greenhouse. I think everybody that's contributed to it, mostly the homeless engineer that we picked up. Here's the outside of the barracks. Man, we need a color scheme. So we went from 1 to 3 of these puppies, and they are not keeping the batteries going. We definitely need to work on that. Here is our landing area. Yeah, we've allowed for expansion down here. We need to finish these things. These are actually... What are you doing? these are actually not that hard to finish, and because we've already done one, hard work is over. We can pull materials from here. We just have to walk it over and finish it. And except for a little bit of weeds back here, this is 3 full landing area sizes. Plenty of room for us to start building a ship. That's going to let us start hunting around and find a station. My thought is, just a thought, we're going to continue out here and put up a much larger tower with a couple of these on it, and then we'll finish from there. Hydrogen tank, oxygen tanks. How are these things doing? Now it's full. Maybe where our ice wipe, but that system is separate. Hydrogen's, this puppy is not full. We're going to need this eventually to get into orbit, and in case it explodes, we keep the oxygen right next to it, you know, just to help the fire. These doodads are certainly useful, and they're doodads, so cool's to that. That's it for the base update. Just a couple things to point out. I'm going to open a roof so you can see it. We have... Oh, look at that, another unknown signal. We are absolutely continuing to chase those. Out at the silicon deposit, we made a small, I don't want to call it a base, it's just a cargo container and a medical refill kit so we can recharge power. But at the silicon deposit, we filled up cargo containers worth of material just waiting to be picked up. So if we can build the flyer, we can go out there and just take the whole thing apart. Same thing out here at ice. We can make one at nickel, and out there at copper and cobalt. And where's that store pump? Oh yeah, that puppy out there. That is 3.5 cargo containers of material from a wreck, all scrap, waiting for us to be able to go with that 7 kilometers and pick that up. Until then, it's going to sit up there. So I believe we built enough of a base area. Excuse me. And we have enough materials in the base. I mean, this thing's going just where we crashed. So, I mean, our progress is very good. Our goal, though, is still get out of here, and that means the and in all of these unknown signals, which we've gotten seed, we've gotten food packets, we're maintaining, but we are not thriving. And I think it's time to stop putzing around. The next thing we need to do is get ourselves a ship built and an atmospheric, because we don't have enough hydrogen. An atmospheric, maybe something with solar panels on it, so as we land outside of this horrible mist-filled valley, we'll be able to land and recharge the batteries and keep flying. Because who knows how long it's going to take us to find a station. Alright, apologies for the no audio last week. We are out of here. What's down in these containers? Nothing. Oh, that was smart. Nothing. They're just here for emergency storage, which should never happen. But we also don't have a store. So this puppy is... There's a lot of junk. Same thing up here. Yeah, we got more than enough materials to start building something. And again, like I said, as soon as we can build something, we can get up there and build more. So, next goal, let's get a ship built. Yeah, gotta start designing it. Remember to click like, subscribe.